Hey everybody, this is a awesome episode as usual. I don't even know the number. It's like 120 something. And I just wanted to let you know that we are over 1,000 subscribers as of this episode on YouTube. Incredible. A little over a year. And it's all because of the community that's been pushing Dope and Tape. The great community of us that's supporting each other, becoming friends with each other. I mean, like, I still say it. Like my best friends are all over the United States, and most of them I had never even met. So it's so cool. And today we have Sal. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna talk about a lot of things in fire protection and fire sprinklers and really whatever we get into. Hey Sal, thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome. It's an honor to be here hanging out with you guys, especially breaking 1,000 subscribers. It's pretty cool. A lot of you guys might not have caught my last episode. I was on here about a year ago, actually. A little background on myself: I'm a water plant operator and a volunteer fireman down here in Long Island. So you kind of get to hear a little bit on the water production and the distribution system operations side from me, as well as the fire department operations from me. And I just want to go over tonight. I want to talk about a couple of things that have been bothering me. First and foremost, I'm sure there's a bunch of Italian guys out there. And it also applies to people who aren't Italian. I want to wish everyone a happy St. Joseph's Day, which is a name day, but it's also Father's Day in Italy. So happy St. Joseph's Day to everyone who celebrates.
I like that. Thank you for that. Anyone wondering, Sal was on episode 21, one of the first ones. 21 streamed a year ago. And Sal, it's great to have you back.
Yep, it's awesome hanging out with you guys, especially I appreciate that, like, Bobby's always busy, and no matter what I send him on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, he always takes the time out of his day to reply back, whether it's something mechanical related or it's something funny we found online or stuff like that. So I give you big props because it's a lot juggling work, social media, the podcast, the whole 9 yards. So big props to that. I don't have multitasking skills like that.
I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm here for it. DM me on Instagram. I'll reply to everybody.
Me and Bobby are actually going to try to sit down, and he's going to teach me some more social media stuff. I mean, he's wicked good.
Boom. So I actually had a story going just there. That's why I was super distracted right there. I was trying to tag some people. We're gonna get to our sponsors in 1 second. We were at 995 when we started the Zoom at about 840 or whatever, and we told Sarah and a couple of Sarah's friends joined. I watched it go from 995 to 999, and I started a story and I refreshed it. I just posted that story, and when I hit refresh, it went to 1K, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube talking about our job, talking about fire protection and all the things like it. And it's been an honor, and I feel privileged to be here. Thank you so much. This is great. Thank you to the community. Thank you guys for watching and sharing and liking. And we'll start reading some comments here in a minute. And let's just get a quick word from our sponsors. But before we get into it.
Being your best requires working with the best. Vegas Valley Fire Protection is a growing alliance of the industry's best talent. Why? Because we empower our team with best-in-class in-house training, career advancement opportunities, unique 4-day workweek programs, generous wage scales, health insurance benefits. And we just happen to be located in the country's best-rated city to live, work, and play, Las Vegas, Nevada. Ready to be your best? Apply today.
Boom, and that is a real ad right there. With Vegas Valley Fire is looking for like some experienced guys to go out there and help them. They have a lot of work. They have years of work ahead for you. You go down there. You can see Brian and myself are both wearing the shirt. They're sponsoring this month's episode. You can go to vvffire.com/be my best to apply. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Santiago. I love when that thing pops up. vvffire.com/be my best. There's a lot of work in Vegas. They need you. Maybe you want to relocate. Hit them up. Give them a call. Feel it
I'll
out.
tell you this: they have 2 trucks just waiting for somebody.
Waiting for the right guy.
And what I think this is a good opportunity for, to be honest with you, because they do have a relocation package, and there's a lot of times when we need to relocate. We need to get out of the situation that we're in. You're a good tech, you have a good head on your shoulders, you're doing good work, you're ready for a career in fire protection, but the people that you're around, either family, friends, relationships, anything that's like negative in your life, go. Go, get out of there, relocate, start a new life.
And if
You will
you're
grow so much.
And if we're both just saying, oh, it's just Brian and Bobby talking about Vegas Valley Fire, we talked to Matt on episode 121. Go back and watch episode 121. You can hear all about their company. Everyone that works there has been there for what, over a decade? Like it's somewhere people go and they stay. You can make a career there. Just hit them up. Let them know that we sent you. It's a really great opportunity, and thank you to everyone who's watching that and putting up with this and commenting. Send us a comment. We just hit 1,000 subscribers. If you're watching us live, you're watching the replay. Thank you so much.
I could speak from experience. Sometimes you got to jump, you got to leap into the pool feet first and just do it. You might not get another opportunity like this, especially with a relocation bonus. The trades are hurting all across the board. Don't be scared, homie. That's my motto.
That's it, man.
Just get in there and do it. If you know your shit, you got your tools. You're gonna make money anywhere wherever you go in the country. So Vegas sounds awfully good. Kind of hard for me to do it, but if you're a young guy, knock yourself out, man. Just go.
Shout out to Janine.
You guess it's from
Shout
her.
out to Janine.
Shout out to her anyway.
I'm almost positive. Janine sent those. I'm a busy guy, but I remember Janine saying she was going to send. Thank you to Janine. If you didn't send them, well, you're going to get the credit anyway, Janine, because we love you. Tommy Howd, thank you. Good evening. Yo, JB, what up? That's awesome. I love this community and the personalities in it. Thank you, Bobby and Brian, for giving us fire protection nerds a place to go. Thank you for being here, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I'm always just hoping I just push all the right buttons and I don't screw this thing up too bad for you guys. Let's see. I can close a couple of these things. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Every now and then, Facebook. It does its thing. It's doing that thing right now where it's like, I don't know. It's not letting me go live right there. Just find us on YouTube or Twitch for these episodes. Really appreciate you. I know we've been saying it. We're going to get caught up on Spotify, but let's focus on Sal. Sal, what's new?
What's new?
What's new?
So, I came across something. It's not necessarily new, but it's new to the village where I work in. We're a very small village, and we actually have a United Cerebral Palsy complex where it's like a daycare center type facility, day treatment for people that have cerebral palsy. So that's like really the only big building that I have that has fire protection. And about 6 months ago, I got a set of plans from my code enforcement building inspector guy for residential sprinkler system. And it's funny because you would think all these building inspectors, they talk, they go to conferences, they're up on code, but he's like, we don't have anything in the village code for residential sprinklers. So I said, well, call up the fire marshal. And we started a whole discussion, and so now I have 3 residential homes that are either classified as a multiple dwelling, meaning a 2-family home, or they're above 3 stories. So my village sits on the Long Island Sound, and there's a section of the village that the flood maps got redrawn. FEMA came in and said, these houses need to be elevated, and so on and so forth. So now we have a bunch of 3-story houses that are going up, and anything over 3 stories or that's a multi-family dwelling is going to need a residential sprinkler system. So it kind of opened up Pandora's box. We were like, well, are we going to treat it as a regular store or regular commercial property with a fire line, charge them per inch, with like a $5,000 tapping fee and all of that. So it kind of opened up Pandora's box.
I like this
And
box.
then in the middle of it, somebody goes, "Hey, we have this Talco surge pump system." And I was like, so, I'm sitting at my desk and I pull it up online and I'm like, oh, I got to talk to Bobby about this. He would definitely be able to tell me what the deal is. And it's going to save the resident money because they're not going to have to pay like $5,000 for a new, 2-inch water service, because I'm not going to do a 1.25 or an 1.5 inches. It's either a 3/4 or 1 inch, or 2, 4, 6, 8.
Roger that.
For a fire line.
This thing is all self-contained.
I'll tell you what, I already have a big issue with this.
All right, let him finish. Hold that
But
thought.
I am. I'm not letting him finish.
No. So we're kind of at a crossroads now. We're just waiting for. So one of the reasons why one of these houses decided to go with this was because where it's at. The way they raised the house, they come in and it wasn't a new construction. So they come in, they put beams underneath the house, they pick it up with hydraulic jacks, they build cribbing, the house is literally floating in the air, and then they form a foundation and pour it with concrete. But building code says that can't be livable structure. So it's basically an open garage. You can do whatever you want in it. And they put like blowout windows or blowout garage doors. So if tidal surge comes in, it'll blow out and the water can go in and out of the house underneath the foundation.
Okay. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Right. That is cool.
So because of that, it raises the flood rim of the house. So we were going to require, for a regular residential sprinkler system, we were going to require an RPZ, because they were going to put antifreeze in the system. So you got to need an RPZ, you need a drain system hooked up with it in case the RPZ decided to dump. So it would have been like, the RPZ would have been like 10 feet above grade, basically at the ceiling of the garage. So it was like, now the engineers start going back and forth, and the fire protection company comes and they start talking to me about it. And I was like, this is kind of where we're at, where it's new. Basically, you're the guinea pig. We're going to figure it out and then adopt it into village code so we could close your permit. And we kind of went around the block with this. And then this whole Talco system came up, and both of these houses that are getting sprinkler systems are going with this Talco system, which definitely makes my life easier.
And
now
they're not going to be able to put that down on that level, though, right? It's going to have to be on an upper level.
Yeah. So they're going to it's kind of messed up, because now you think about it, the one that I was looking at was like a 440-gallon tank.
Okay. That might be like what I'm looking at right now.
Right. So 4 times 8 is 3,200 pounds, of water, hanging above in your attic.
Hey, what a math magician
in
the chat. Yo,
so
Chad, shout out to Chad. Hold on. I'm going to give a round of applause for Chad. His performance today, stellar. Kid's a cowboy. Brian's just sitting there all quiet, trying to figure out if his huge hat makes him look like a cowboy. He also, a comment that I was laughing at, but I was liking Sal. I didn't want to interrupt Sal. 1,000 subscribers. I have to let out a secret. We bust Brian's balls, but I've gone from episode 1 and I'm to 42 in my binge, and he's only mentioned Mercedes-Benz Stadium once in that time. So that means from 42 until now, brother's gonna mention that like at least 24 times. No? I think so. No. Yeah, dude, we talked about Mercedes-Benz Stadium a lot, and you're supposed to take me to like some secret room or something someday.
In my career,
that's the pinnacle.
It was a cool thing I did. I feel like it's one of the highlights.
It is. I know.
Of course, I want to talk about it.
We all know about it. Everybody knows about it, and sometimes
cool.
You tell us
right.
that we
Bobby,
don't know.
Can I stop you right there?
Yes, sir.
Sal, would you mind continuing? Thank
No,
you.
you're not getting off that easy because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stick up for you. As a guy
Thank
that worked in HVAC and did pump and tank work, doing gas station work, there is no better feeling than be driving through Brooklyn or Manhattan or whatever, and you can go, "Hey, babe, I put this gas station up," or "Hey, I took tanks out of the ground over here," or I did an AC unit, I did a rooftop here." So there's no shame in the game. I mean, I don't think chicks dig it. My wife
Well,
can
speaking
can
of
care
that,
less. Not
you
Oh,
giving
think
my
a
I
wife,
say it a lot
oh my
here?
my
Like,
wife
god.
loves it.
just ask Sarah how many times I've mentioned it to her when we drove
Oh,
by.
I can only imagine. Same. I do the same, dude. I do the same thing. There's a couple buildings that I drive by, and I'll videotape them every single time to this day, like over and over, to the point where it's annoying. I love it, but you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
like
nothing wrong. There's no shame in the game on that. I don't care
Chad's
about that.
first day here in Atlanta, I was like, "Oh, I got some places I get to show you. 'Cause I got keys to some of these places." I'm like, he's like, "Can we be in here?" I mean, I was like, "Well, it's technically breaking and entering, but I have a key." So
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Oh,
You know what?
that's all
That might
allegedly.
be
That
because
really
that
didn't
might not
happen. He's
be
made that up.
no, they let us in. I
that
know.
might not really be
Listen,
received too well.
where's
These
Daryl?
guys might get freaked out.
When do we start sticking up for Brian? That's awesome. Daryl's looking for a Hydra tap. My guy Daryl's looking for a Hydra tap. So
It's worth it.
I told Daryl to hit up Daryl. And those are the two Daryls, the only two Daryls I know. Boom. Connected.
So
Awesome. Imagine that.
with this system, the
Small
taco
world.
system, it seems like you're going to have a rush of water, and then but after that, there's no sustained water. So let's say there's some fucking college kid.
Not true.
No, not true.
No, there's a built-in fire pump that can, like, I'm pretty
No,
sure
there's
No,
makeup
no, no,
water.
no. But once it sends that water, that built up pressurized water,
there's a refill. I'm almost positive it pipes in somehow from the plumber, and
and
it's
Yeah,
a cold water refill.
is
It
it
w
gonna be able to keep
it
up
will
with
not
that
keep up,
dumping?
but the point is that it's gonna knock the fire down very quickly because it's gonna be there first. It's gonna be there right away.
Unless it's some stupid
So
kid with a vape, those things don't go out.
Well, I mean, you can't play the what if
But
game.
it's also
It's gonna
better
be
than
better than
nothing.
if it's
That's a lot
nothing.
of weight up in the attic, and it has to be in the attic because
I've
the
seen these.
yeah,
There's a town near me in Mass that uses them, and they're typically in the basement, like next to like the water heater, just tucked there, like a nice white tank, vertical, holds like
yeah, and
1,000, 2,000, three
it
thousand
doesn't really
gallons.
matter because it's non-potable water. There's an air gap, so it's gonna go through a double check valve at the meter pit.
where's the air gap at?
Um,
Yes, Tommy.
it's at the top of the tank.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
where it
there's
feeds
air
where it
gap
feeds
and
in.
where it fills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
that's
got
what the air
you.
gap is the most it's the safest method of cross connection prevention and control.
Correct.
Boom.
Right.
Is an air gap.
Correct.
A lot of people don't understand that. They're so quick to RPZ, but an air gap is the best way.
Especially RPZs, those can get clogged. I've seen bees up in there clogging the RPZ.
The
I
backflow.
had a
Yo, what's up, Eric?
I had an RPZ at one of my water plants. The sprinkler system, the irrigation sprinkler system, one of the solenoids closed too fast, and the RPZ started dumping, and it was slamming the checks back and forth.
Oh, boom, boom, boom,
And
boom.
it was a 2-inch service in the building, and I don't know, it must have been going since 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, because when I pulled up at 8 o'clock to do my regular plant rounds, it was so loud I didn't want to go in the building. I'm like,
so just pressure
something blew
fluctuation. It was
apart.
just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and it was
Damn.
just dumping nonstop, and it sounded like a machine gun going off in the building.
What was it, Brian?
How'd
it go? Brian did it good, like imitated the sound good.
Well, that's kind of how it is. So it'll push and it'll close. It'll open and close, open and close, open and close, and it'll dump water. And then the fluctuation, it shakes the device, but it also there's a loud it's like a thud in a way. It's just not a clap.
Well, it's water hammer.
Yeah.
It's water hammer. So everything that's going through the service the
Stick
whole
around, Bobby.
service
You
is
learn
going
something.
like this.
Yeah, learn something. Yeah. I'm about to write down how many minutes in
Yeah,
are we?
Bobby's like, I don't do copper.
How many minutes has this thing been going? I need that section where Brian's we're at the 20-minute mark. That's easy to remember. Because I'm gonna put you on like some Shakira music and you're
Yeah.
like boom 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 dancing. You'll see. We'll get some views, kid.
So
1,000
all right.
subscribers.
So we spoke about these residential systems, right? So what comes along with any fire sprinkler system? What's the first thing planning stages? Got to do a fire flow test, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Flow test for the hydrant. So we charge $500 for a hydrant permit. So if you're like up by me, they film a lot of movies and they need water like for rain scenes and shit. $500, you use a hydrant all day. You're gonna come and test the hydrant for a flow test. It's $500. But
Wow.
I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna charge $750, and I'm just gonna go do the flow test myself, and I'm gonna tell you why. 2 houses, 3 separate fire sprinkler contractors, and I wanted to kick all 3 of them off the job on different days. Not one company knew each other, but all 3 of them showed up without a fire hydrant wrench.
What, they had like a little 8-inch pipe wrench like Bobby?
No, they were using a regular Milwaukee or a rigid 14-inch pipe wrench.
It just messes up your
and
little
I'm
luck.
like,
The guy from
it
New
messes up
England
the
is supposed to
operating
bring
months.
every tool imaginable when we're playing in your backyard, guy. Huh?
So
At least I got the hydrant open. Sorry, Sal.
The second guy, I turned around and I was like, dude, I'm like, you're all the way. I'm like, you come all the way from Manhattan. Your office is in Manhattan. I'm like, you have a 2-hour drive to get to where you're working today. You had 2 hours to realize you didn't have a fire hydrant wrench.
That's
And
something you just
so-
have on your truck.
And they're just chewing up your fucking hydrant, or you didn't let them put it
Yeah.
on there?
Oh, it chews it up.
Well-
Oh man, it destroys it.
He did. He started to, and I stopped him, and I grabbed the hydrant wrench out of my truck, and he's like, "Oh man, this is a nice one because I have a nice ratcheting one that's good for like tight locations where you can't spin the whole wrench around." He's like, "Oh man, this is nice," and I'm like, "Yeah, about $300. Tell your boss to buy one."
Send me the link, Sal. I want one of them. For real.
Actually,
After this.
they're actually made in Lowell. They're made in Lowell, Mass. Look up Lowell Hand Tools.
Fuck yeah, the armpit of Massachusetts, baby. That's a river city right there, boy. That's a river city.
Yeah.
What do you want? You're going to get it in Lowell. Anything you want. Your car got stolen? It's in 100 pieces in Lowell.
Exactly.
All right, hold on. Let me catch up with comments. Both of you talking too much. I can't go 20 minutes without driving by a job I've installed, inspected, and maintained. It's hard not to tell someone if they're in the car with me. Tommy Howard asked if there's FDCs on these Talco systems. I'm pretty sure there is. There's usually a little, like a little 2.5, 2-inch, whatever the main is. FDC on the front of the house, Sal?
Definitely makes sense.
With the Talco system?
It's gonna have an FDC that goes directly to the riser.
Okay, perfect. RPZ, someone's asking. Eric says it's a relief pressure zone. Congratulations on 1,000. Water hammer. That was my favorite thing to send rookies looking for on the truck when I was in the fire department. Water hammer. That's fucking good. I'm doing my certification backflow course again tomorrow.
Fallopian tube.
Oh, 8-inch pipe wrench and a tape measure. All you need to build a high rise. I heard that once. It's very true. That's very true. You'd be surprised what I could do with a tape measure and an 8-inch, kid. Let's give a round of applause for Chad again. Stellar performance today, kid. Oh my goodness. All right. I think we're caught up. Should I refresh this thing? So now what? It's gonna say 1K. It just says 1K. We could be like 1,010 already, and I wouldn't even know because it just says 1K.
Oh, how do we?
How do we know? When's it gonna go to like? We have to wait until another 100, and it's gonna say 1.1. Oh no.
Oh, maybe.
It'll say 1.1.
All right, it's gonna be. We don't have that. All right.
Let's not drive you crazy.
I'm sure there's a way that I can look. I'm sure there's a way that I'll be able to look.
I'm sure administrator.
Come on, kid. You got to go on to YouTube Studio. It's a second app. It brings you to the same thing. That's where you do all the stuff.
That's the main HQ.
That's it. YouTube Studio if you're trying to post anything on YouTube. All right, so hydrant wrench. I need to get one of. I have one. I have an old school one, hand me down from Pops. It's just you know, it fits that. A lot of people don't know the hydrant.
Yeah.
The hydrant is what shape on the top? It's not like a.
Well, there's different
You can't.
shapes.
You can't put it.
It's
You
a
can't put it.
pentagon.
You can't put an adjustable wrench on a hydrant.
No.
That's why people grab it with a pipe
Nope.
wrench, right? The adjustable won't fit because
No,
it's like
but they
fucking.
do make
It's like a triangle.
hydrant wrenches. They do make hydrant wrenches that fit the pentagon, and then the handle screws in for different size pentagon nuts, like it slides.
That's what I have. I have something like that. You
But
screw the handle.
Atlanta
That's
is
why I
a
did this.
skinny square.
Nah, son. A square?
Yeah,
What was that?
square. It's a skinny. It's a thin square.
Some of them use squares.
Yeah, that's
some
what it
districts.
is in Atlanta.
Yo, Steve,
go to-
what up, Steve?
You go to like if you go into the city of New York, the FDNY, in some of their high theft areas where they steal a lot of water, what they'll do is they have magnet caps. So
Oh,
it's like
right.
it's literally like a half dome.
You
and
put
the
a
hydrant
magnet
wrench
and it
actually
pulls it
has a
up, right?
magnet.
Yeah.
Got a magnet
And it-
and it engages the
Inside.
operating nut, and then you can turn it.
I watch a lot of videos, kid. I've
Which-
seen that. Daryl's got one. Yo,
In
Daryl,
New
what up,
York City,
Daryl?
it's
Send me a link.
right to open.
Well, I don't know about that crazy Canada link, but send me whatever you got, Daryl. That's the Trumbull hydrant wrench, and yeah,
Yeah.
Atlanta hydrants such with that little ass square and suck with that little ass square, and they're reverse thread usually. Everything's weird in Atlanta.
No,
Atlanta's plague.
I got a hydrant. I got a hydrant once from my distributor, and it was for the town of Oyster Bay put up a parking garage. They reached out to the water district and they're like, "Hey, we're putting up a parking garage. Can we buy fire hydrants from you?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll order them for you under our municipal bidding, and you just pay us for the hydrant." So they come, their contractor is building the parking garage. They take the hydrants, they install them, no sweat. We go to pressure test them and do a flow test for them. And I show up, and it was the open arrow. It said open with a left arrow and a right arrow. What the hell is this?
What?
So I call the distributor, and they go, "This is a multi-use bonnet. You're supposed to grind off the arrow that you're not using." I'm like, it would have been nice to put a sticker on the thing. I'm like, we delivered these, they installed them. Now we look like the idiots, not you. So
You had to grind off the arrow?
you bang into the weirdest shit.
I never heard of
Yeah, you're
that.
supposed to. Yeah, it's.
And then what? It's got
to
a rusty. It's got a
minimize-
rusty spot, or then you got to paint it.
Yeah, you're supposed to paint it. It's to minimize having to carry two separate bonnets on the shelf or on your truck.
Yeah, just carry a grinder and a fucking face shield.
Yeah, just boop, grind it off. Yeah.
Some small towns where I
But,
have to test
so-
their fire hydrants, they make me meter the water to see how much water use I'm using with a special machine that I hook up to the hydrant.
Oh, that's a pain.
Damn, does that restrict your flow?
That's a pain.
Does that do anything to the flow when you got to add another device?
It probably does, unless it's like a sonar. I do know they make flow meters that use sonar that you could put on the other 2.5-inch discharge on the hydrant. Oh, 1005. There you go. You can see it.
Do it.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. Go to vvffire.com/be my best and apply. Any other municipalities using their own thread still, or is that just stuck in the 60s upstate New York thing? Great question, Tommy.
Well, other than some fire hydrants having Storts connections on their steamers, which if you guys don't know what a Storts connection is, it's a sexless coupling. It could go either way. You just put it on, and it's like it's not a 180 turn. It's like 120 degrees. It's like
That's
a third
that's
of
not
a
the part
turn.
of the statement that confused me. It was the steamers part. The fuck is a steamer?
Okay, so you have your fire hydrant.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
shit,
draw
you-
for you real quick.
You're gonna draw it? Hold on, Brian. You know what a steamer is? Not food. Up in the Great Northeast, you could get some people get like a bucket of steamers. It's not my thing.
So like here, you got a 2.5-inch nozzle.
Looks like
on
the
one
Snapchat guy.
side, 2.5-inch. 2.5-inch nozzle on the other, and then the 5-inch or the 4.5. That's called the steamer connection, because back in the day when they were using steam engines to pump the water, they needed more water instead of hooking a hose right up to a hydrant. So they use that. They call that the steamer. On a fire engine or on a ladder truck, they use a piece of hard suction, or for the front bumper, or for the side, and they use the steamer connection so they get more water into the truck.
Hell
That's why it's called a steamer.
Hell yeah. Learning shit. You see
That's
that, Brian?
cool.
You learned something today.
I did.
You learn something if you got to learn something every day.
You got a sick accent. You don't live that far away from me to be able to talk so differently.
It's interesting, right?
He's like only like, you're like 3 hours south, 4 hours south. What? I don't, it depends on who's driving, I guess. Some guys call it that by me. Yeah, Steve. Steve, Sal, both on Long Island. He's in the where are you at? You're the Bayville. I mean, you can see it. He's the water plant operator
I'm in
at
Bayville.
Village of Bayville, Steve. Steve is also on Long Island.
Wait, is Steve your friend who's the lineman?
No, that's Kyle. Steve
Kyle.
Steve gives away boots on the show. Steve has been on the show multiple times.
Steve's awesome.
Steve is LRJ Mechanical. Big
LRJ Mechanical.
I wanted to make sure I got that right. That's why I just pulled out my phone. Yeah, LRJ Mechanical Corp. Out of Long Island. It's our buddy Steve. Steve, Sal, you guys are right near each other. Fucking link up.
Steve, if you ever need anything in Bayville, feel free to hit me up.
That's it, baby. The community.
Yeah. So what this all boils down to, that really just pisses me off, and I've been working with my hands. I've been working with my dad since I'm like 13 years old doing blacktop, is professionalism, being ready to work, having your tools, your EDC stuff in your pocket. Like, I could talk about this shit for 5 hours and still have plenty more to talk about.
This is great. This is great to talk. I'm glad you bring this up.
It grinds, it pisses me off like to no end. Like, I was always taught, I was working for an HVAC company. I was always taught, at the bare minimum, you carry 4 things. Obviously, a pocket knife, right?
Every
you
day.
always have a 6-inch adjustable, maybe an 8-inch pair of channel locks, and a 6-in-1 screwdriver. You could walk into a house, and I'm not saying do a whole service call, but you could at least
a lot of
stop
shit.
a problem from being a bigger problem. You know, get your bearings. Oh, and obviously a little flashlight.
A big flashlight guy. That's what I was gonna say. Big flashlight guy. I gotta have my flashlight.
I carry a flashlight every day. I like it. It's a good size O-light.
Fun fact: Brian and I showed up to AFSA's party. Is that you're at your house? You got that in your pocket?
I carry this. This goes in my little leg pocket right here on my
Buddy's
hip.
ready for war. Let's go.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot. I got.
Those are Cobras.
Snap-on pry bar.
Those are Cobras right there. You
They
got
absolutely are Cobras.
You got a snap-on. How much is that little snap-on? How much for that?
This was like $24.
Oh, it's like $700.
It's a beefy pry bar, but it's a really good screwdriver also.
Damn, if I went on that truck, that's something I would buy. What do you got in here for like $27?
Cobra 150s.
Those are yeah. Brian talks about those. He put hockey tape on those.
Yeah.
No. Bad.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
What?
Yeah.
Just a Milwaukee pen light.
Don't give him any fucking steam, any fucking...
A Sharpie.
Don't give him any wind in his sails.
A Sharpie. And then on the back of this is a little zipper, and I always keep a couple of pairs of gloves. You never know. Somebody cuts themselves.
You never know. You got to put a tourniquet on. I got my little light and my knife that I take with me everywhere.
Kid.
Always. This light is so trusty, and it sits next to the knife every day that it's...
And I always got
baby
focus.
It's got like it's got a worn out part. I think there's a Kershaw.
Yeah.
All metal.
All my stuff in my pants.
Full metal, and then my light.
Oh, we gotta put these away. We're gonna get demonetized on.
No.
It's all right.
Those are his pants, bro. And then yeah, you gotta those are my two
Oh
go-tos.
yeah,
But when I'm at work, I'll throw on the tape and I don't have the Cobras. I have Cobras that are like over a decade old. They're bigger than the new school Cobras. They're not as small as
like the
those
original
ones. The
ones.
original one. They're literally over 10 years old. I still use them. They're the same ones. They're it's a phenomenal
Yeah, they're
pair
like
of.
Bring my
125s or
pants. Let's
something.
see here.
And if you don't have the money for Knipex, you can get
Olight
just type in
Warrior.
water pump pliers. Water pump pliers. That's basically what they are. It's
It's
just
an Olight Warrior.
a little bit fat for me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, this thing does great in the club. You hit someone in the sternum with that,
Hell
everything
yeah.
stops.
I have one like just my pocket one that I think is
What's this
150
tactile
lumens.
turn titanium
Boom.
slim?
I like
Yeah,
that.
What else I got?
yeah, but
Business cards.
And
it all
whose
ties
business card
in.
whose business cards you got?
That was funny, right?
Oh my
Truck
god.
keys.
Uh,
Let's see here. This is cool. So this dice is
Digging in
like
Brian's
this.
pockets. Oh yeah, I like that little thing.
So
Boom.
yeah, this comes out like that. And let's see here. It's a with a multi-tech clip. So I like fixed blades. Not a big fan of folders, but it
Oh, I like that
fits.
Kydex right there.
Yeah,
That is nice.
it just clips in like this.
That's it. So back to Sal's point, just like keep your shit on you, be ready. There's nothing worse than an apprentice and you're the
I,
journeyman that should have your tools on you, but you may have forgot it. You look to the apprentice to have the tool. Where's your channies? And then the kid doesn't even have the tools, and you're both fucked.
yeah, I. It's just that it sets the tone. Like it
Have the
sets the
shit.
tone.
Boom. Hand it
Like
over.
I
Boom.
listen. I understand. There's guys that do underground work. They're gonna be in dirt all day. Whatever. You might not want to have tools and stuff in your pockets. I'm fine with that. It's not a good image to show up. Your shoes are on. Your boots are not tied. Your shit's not tucked in. Your clothes are all ripped and shit. Like we make good money. You can't be walking around, especially like if you're
Boom.
working in a hospital. You can't be walking around like a slob. If
Before
you're
I
working
before
in,
I switched to jeans, honestly, I wore Wranglers from Walmart. They were $20 a pop. They were cargos. They had pockets. They were black. I had fucking 10 pairs of them. If they got a rip, I'd throw them away. Go get another pair. It's $20. They were all. It's just black pants. You can't fuck it up. They always look clean. $20.
yeah. I mean, listen.
Mad
I
comments. Oh my
understand.
goodness.
I understand, but at least make the effort. Make the effort. With the trades, we want to look professional, and it shows that you know what you're doing, or fake it till you make it. But it helps if you show up and you look professional, and be ready to work.
That's it.
Um,
Yes, sir.
I'm not one of those. Some guys are going to be like, "Oh, you're a bootlicker for saying this." If your start time is 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock is late. You better be at your gang box, at your
I
locker,
kind of enjoy it like
at your
this. Should we not
desk,
even tell them?
whatever. 6:45.
You got yourself on mute, kid.
What?
Not you. Not you.
I'm not on mute.
No, I know. Not
Me,
you.
I
Big,
don't matter anyway.
big
So.
handsome. I seen him saying something. I shouldn't even have told him. Sorry, guys. No, you're very right. And it's not to the point where like go work for free, but like at 7 o'clock you should be ready to fucking climb the ladder. It shouldn't be the point where the 7 o'clock gets the gang box open.
Yeah,
Like you gotta be
get out of the
fucking.
truck. The
You gotta
guys
be
who
ready.
Get there
Oh,
and just
yeah.
sit under their blanket in the truck.
The blanket.
I've
What?
seen it.
Oh my goodness. There's a blanket behind the seat, and that's for when you work all day, and then you
Listen,
gotta cuddle up in the seat because you gotta work in a few hours in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Sal was standing up again.
they say a well-rested employee is a productive employee.
Fuck yeah, baby. And everybody needs a little bit more rest than others, but
This,
oh, so Steve says
yeah,
he was just
but
at the
like,
SCWA Oakdale to request hydrant flows.
oh, okay, Suffolk County Water Authority.
Suffolk County Water Authority, Oakdale, to request hydrant flows. Is
Yeah.
that you or that's not you? That's not.
No, that's So Suffolk County is a separate county. They're like, if you look at the map of Long Island, you got Nassau is like this big, and then Suffolk County is the rest. Suffolk County Water covers like 80% of the county. They're like one big water authority. They took over a whole bunch of small water suppliers. They're like the big machine over there.
DeKalb County in Georgia is the only one I know that requires a meter to do a flow test. Makes a 30-minute job an all-day affair. What's everyone's EDC currently? Let's not talk about that right now, just because we will talk about that another time. We should do an Instagram live and we should do an Instagram live and talk about pew pews. I don't even know if that would be good. I'll probably get demonetized there too. That's a tough subject. But it's a SAS 365.
19, baby.
Love it. We've learned so much from our mentors. I used the stick of Unistrut today to adjust the tamper switch. Who says wrench monkeys can't be innovative? That's very true. You just gotta knock that baby over. I wear a suit to service fire pumps, and Brian talks shit that I wear suits and ties. Really? You got a suit to service a fire? Is that the Cintas the Cintas guy?
I don't understand this at all.
What?
They wear ties. It's a sprinkler company. Like, what the heck?
He doesn't wear a suit and tie though.
Yeah, but
he wore a North American fire protection sweatshirt today and posted it. I think he got a little flack from his boss for it. I love rocking my Leatherman Wave. Oh, I'm a big Leatherman guy. I had a fitter that gave me a Leatherman back like in 2009. He gave me and my father one. I still have them both. 7 a.m. I'm on my second crack water. You have 2 C4s by 7 a.m. I get it. I like my coffee in the morning, kid. Like I like an energy drink, but I like a coffee. I need a couple coffees.
If you drinking energy drinks
at the crack ass at dawn,
I'm not gonna go on the soapbox. I'm not gonna go on the soapbox about coffee, but I used to drink coffee in the morning. I'd have a cup before I left the house while I was getting my shit together to walk out the door. Sometimes in the winter, I'd have a cup for the ride to the shop, and by 9 o'clock, I was hitting coffee again.
Now what?
Everyone's like, "Oh, I need my caffeine in the morning." Bullshit. You know what you need in the morning? Go to bed. When you go to bed, put a water bottle on your nightstand, and before you even roll out of bed and put your feet on the floor, drink that bottle of water. You gotta hydrate because you were just sleeping for 8 hours.
Damn, son. Tell him.
Most times when you're like dragging ass, it's not because you need caffeine, because you're dehydrated.
That's 100% true.
Dragon ass. I used to get that. That's the old. That's a good old Asian flu right there.
Add a little bit of salt to it.
Yes, pink sea salt.
Did you see where I was working today, Bobby? Sure did, Daryl. Beautiful view.
Minerals that you lost. So, like I have, so in this bottle, I have water. I have one freshly squeezed lime, and then I have a Splenda, like the liquid. A little bit of Splenda, and then some salt.
Damn, son. I just drink my well water straight. 6 a.m. every day.
Listen,
go
as long as you don't have
no coffee, just a big jug of water. Love it. Local A53 represent. Christian, what up?
I got the habit where every day when I wake up to go to the gym, I brush my teeth and then put like water on my face. That's my go-to every single morning, first thing.
Get it done.
It kind of like refreshes you, and you know.
I go to the gym after work, and I used to do 4 a.m. 4:30 in the morning, and that was with my old job. It was a little easier. Now with my current job, actually, my superintendent, we work out together, so we go right. It's the gym it's the halfway point to both of our houses. It's convenient for both of us, so we never miss a day. We're there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then either Saturday or Sunday we go.
Hold each other accountable, baby. Love to hear it. If one of you is missing, you're both missing.
You set yourself some goals.
Thanks for joining us, brother.
And that's another thing. Ties in with the professionalism. I'm not saying everyone needs to look like
Brian,
like Jay Cutler or Arnold
Brian
Schwarzenegger, or like Brian.
Yeah.
But be in goddamn shape. You can't be winded going up 4 flights of stairs and coming back down. Be able to physically crank on a 36-inch pipe wrench if you have to, or
hell yeah,
hump a 10-pound sledgehammer for 15 minutes straight. Like, you're getting paid good money. Part of that money is, Everyone's always like, fuck the contractor. They got to pay money, blah, blah, blah. They have all the money. I want all the money. You can't do that. It's a two-way street. If the package comes out to $149 an hour to put a guy on the books, okay, the contractor has to get $149 at least out of you for that hour. It's a two-way street. If the company don't make money, guess what? You're gonna lose your job because they're not in it. They're not in it for charity. They
Hell
gotta
right.
make money to be able to afford you to work. So
That's it. That's how it
big
goes
picture.
around.
There's
You
a
are
lot of guys that don't see the big picture.
fucking hitting it right now, Sal, and I love it. Getting
Dude,
me
I
all
love having
getting
you
me
on.
all riled up. This is
You're
great.
saying all the things I've been saying.
You got?
I'm like,
Do you have
yes,
notes?
yes.
You got notes right now, don't you? You keep looking at notes, I think.
I do.
Motherfucker.
Because you said to me, hey, I'm looking for a filling guy on the show. You said the 19th, and I had some notes. So this whole fire, if that guy didn't put a pipe wrench on my fire hydrant, none of these notes would have happened.
Oh,
It's
let's
literally,
go. I like this. Where
I'm
is
the
this guy?
nicest guy there is. I'm the nicest guy there is, but I got my balls twisted, and that's it. No holes barred. I'm fucking spilling the beans today. I'm in a mood.
Yeah, I love it. Good that shit. Come on, bring it back. Tell everybody everything that irritates you. Get it going. Something that irritates me is people calling out. I talk about it a lot. Maybe sometimes I go a little far with it, but like I can think back to. And by the way, I'm coming up on 5 years. 5 years sober. I'm not looking for a pat on the back, but it is something that is it's just a milestone. I think that coming up, we're gonna have like maybe an episode something about that.
Yeah, we're
There's a
gonna
lot
talk
of
about
people
it.
that are sober in the community. I think we're gonna join up and
Yeah,
talk about it.
It's gonna be a 4-person show, and we're gonna all talk about our time and when we were in a bad spot.
Boom. And what just got me into that little spin is that when I was in a bad spot, the lowest of lows, putting the bar stools up every night, and that's an after 2 o'clock thing, and that means I'm on the road by 5 o'clock. You want to know what? I never fucking missed work. I never missed
called
work.
out.
I'd
No,
put them damn
Alex,
bar
my
stools up, and I'd
Bruce-
still turn up to the job. But nowadays, it's like, fuck, man,
I've had Alex,
you got a
pull me
hangnail
out
in their
of-
home,
out
or
of
it's like
bed,
they're just
but
tired in
I
their
still made
home.
it to
I
work.
don't know, man. It's just the call out culture is just not something that I was a part of,
It
and
just sucks, you know.
it
But you
irritates
did
the
it. And you just
shit out of
gotta
me.
keep going with it.
Let's go. He brought notes. Bring him back. Eric,
Listen,
I love
I'm-
this guy.
Mine was
Christian
an
says
energy
facts.
drink and a pack of goodies, and I was like, all right, I'm here.
I had key places around every city
Listen,
that I could
I'm
get like a
all
steak and
for-
cheese first thing in the morning. That's what I would do. If I was hungover, I'd get like a 6 a.m. steak and cheese. Fat boy.
Oh, it's a fixer-upper right there.
Boom.
things get out
That'd
of
hold me
hand,
over
and
till
I got
lunchtime
hungover
fucking
in,
JMO Neats.
in Las Vegas, and I was like, I can't eat anything.
Oh, what? You had a couple drinks in Vegas?
No, when we were in Vegas,
Yeah.
I was hungover that next day. It was terrible.
I know. I told you not to do that.
Oh,
That-
I've
that
done
was
some
the-
of my
You-
done some of my best work hungover, and
Same.
it's like
Not me. I had
especially
a
depending
killer
on what you're
headache. All
doing.
those people talking. I have them talking on a camera. I'm just like, it's terrible.
That's it. The
I was just
foundation.
like,
Oh,
The
eat something
foundation.
better. I was like, I don't know if I can.
Stuff your face with something greasy, kid. Yeah. So I remember that we were out
You're
with
just like sweating.
we were out with
You're
we were
sweating,
out with
and all you smell is the alcohol coming out of you.
the Arco boys. We were out with the Arco boys at like 2 a.m. I sit down at the bar in Vegas. I said, "You got black coffee?" He's like, "Yes, I do." Everyone's like, "Black coffee? What the fuck's wrong with you?" I'm like, "You guys are gonna be feeling not as good as I'm gonna feel tomorrow."
But the problem is that
Yeah.
he kept freaking handing me drinks.
Boom!
I never like.
I knew.
it
I
just-
see that opportunity was there. I would have been going. I would have been going personally for probably like some Johnny. I probably
Well-
would have went for some Johnny Black if someone else was paying for it. But I was usually a JMO guy.
When we went back to the hotel, I was like, all right, Bobby, I need you to take this wheel. I was like, I need you to get us back.
Doesn't even know which way to go home. 5 years,
I mean,
sober gopher. Let's go.
that's
Feels
one of
good.
the-
Feels great.
That's one of the number one things as to why guys can't come in and work after hours.
Cause
You
yeah,
know, I got an emergency. I got a water main break. Or
a lot of guys.
issue
A lot of
with
guys
that
don't
guy
want
is
to
I
be
got
on
a
call.
scheduled.
If you're on call,
I
don't
got
be
a scheduled
drinking.
shutdown.
Hell no. I
For a
mean, if you're a
tie-in-
drinker, you might not even should be allowed to be on call. I can't stand when guys call out excuses for everything. If I shit my pants on the way to work, I'm tossing my drawers and I'm finishing the day. The people don't realize how much they fuck the next guy when they call out. That's my big thing. Like, and
Yeah.
as the crew
I mean,
gets bigger, people think that it's easier to call out, but it hurts way more. It hurts.
Also, your
It always hurts.
scheduler. Also, your scheduler, and then the customer's expecting you, and then you have to push this job out 2 weeks, and it's bad all around. That guy, whoever
yeah.
called out, just fucked everybody else over.
That's it.
That's really what
You're
it ends
making the
up
other
being.
guy work harder, man.
Yeah,
And
I got a guy that I work with.
go ahead.
I got a guy that I work with that it's always a Monday or a Friday.
Oof.
Oh, one of
It's
them.
always something. And you know what? You don't owe me an excuse. Just call up and say,
Don't.
"Yo, put me down for a sick day.
I don't
Put me
want an
down for a
excuse.
personal
I
day.
want you
Put
to
me down
just
for
say I'm not
vacation."
coming in because I'm
I
going to be
don't care. I
disgusted
don't
either
need,
way.
but don't give
Exactly.
me like you know from the night before
Then
that
you
you're
ain't.
not coming in.
Fuck
So
yes, you
strap a
do.
pair of balls on and own it
Say it the
and
night
own it.
of. Yep. Let me get a
Send out
little
a
preparation in my mind.
text.
That's it. Little text, little courtesy text. And listen, guys, don't take me out of context and say that
Yeah.
I'm preaching to don't take days off. Just schedule your damn days off like a man. Like I preach it. If you can afford to take 4 weeks off a year, take it. You should be able to schedule that shit at least a month in advance. Take
I
as
mean,
many days you
me
want. You
and
want a
Bobby,
Friday? You want a Friday and a Monday? Take it. Tell them 2 weeks
me
in
and
advance,
Bobby
a
did
week in
it for
advance,
Friday. Hey, we're
whatever
not
it
going to be
is.
here on Friday.
That's it. You need to
Request it
But
off.
you know what?
I'm a huge supporter in days off and vacations. It's not
Take your
that is
time.
totally different than
I
just a 6 a.m. People don't even have the balls to call anymore. They text, "I won't be in today. My fucking toe hurts." Fucking A, man. I stuck my hand in a snowblower one night and I went to work the next day.
3 weeks ago.
What happened 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago, my wife went to 3 weeks ago, my wife went to Florida. She went to go see her parents for what is it, winter break or whatever. Um, Monday comes. It was President's Day. I go to work. I'm the only one in the office, and I'm like, man, I'm really not feeling good. Whatever. Tuesday comes. I wake up sick as a dog, like hammered dog shit. Just fever, the shakes, like total flu. And I'm like, I am not using a sick day. Fuck this noise. And I went to work,
Turn up.
did my plant rounds. I went to the shop. I made myself a cup of tea, and I said to my boss, I said, I'm gonna go sleep in my truck at one of the plants. If you need me, call me, but I'm not using a sick day. And he's like, yeah, do what you got to do, man. And you do what you got. I take my sick days when it's 80 degrees and sunny, not
But
when
see,
I'm
you
sick.
handled it as a man, you know?
Turn
You're
up.
like, hey, I'm here, but I need some backup.
Turn up. I might be 10 minutes late. I got to grab a steak and cheese
Yeah,
before I'm going to be there, boss.
and me and my and me and my boss, we have a good working relationship. You know, I've known the guy for 15 years. Uh, you know, I know he's dependable. He knows I'm dependable. We could count on each other. So it's like, hey, I gotta leave. You know, instead of me saying, hey, can you dock me an hour of sick time because I gotta go to the doctor or I gotta go for a blood test or whatever, he'll be like, no, dude, I got your back. He's like, just punch out at 3 o'clock like regular. You know, it's one hand washes the
Yeah,
other.
but see,
But
you
it,
don't
it
call out, you show up on time, you work hard. That's how that relationship develops. And me and Bobby could do that for any of our employees, but like if you consistently have an issue, like we don't care. At that point, we don't care. All your trust as an employee is gone.
Al says his dad was the boss until he took over, so calling out was never an option. It made it easier knowing that. And you say that out loud, and that's all I can remember in the beginning of my career is that when Pops was ready to go, I would get a couple stomps on the floor, and on the floor was right where my bed was, and that means we were going, and it didn't matter if I didn't go to sleep or I just went to sleep, or it didn't matter how I felt. Like the truck's leaving in 5 minutes, and you better be in the thing. And that's it. That kind of started why we never missed.
Yeah,
Tough
my dad
generation.
we were up at 5, coffee time. Now he had a rule. I'm not allowed to talk to him until after 7,
That's a
ever.
great rule. I should implement that rule with you.
Yeah.
And not allowed to talk for the first 40 minutes of the show. I've worked with guys that call out because they don't want to do the job scheduled, and now someone else gets screwed. That's awful. Matt says that's
oh
what
my
I
God,
used to ask
yes.
people. Just call at night. If you're calling me at 6 a.m. and your job is starting at 7, you're a bitch. Sorry, but it's true. Jeremy, I've actually done that. Eric, Wow, I think that that's a tough one. If you actually lose it in your pants and I don't know. It's a tough day. I always had an extra pair of clothes, so I'd probably be able to survive. But Jeremy said that he would shit his pants and throw away his drawers and finish the day. Man, Commando, that's really doing it. I always ask for a phone call, not a text. It's just that's the best way to do it. And I feel like if you, I don't know. That's why it's calling out. It's not texting out, but you're really like calling in. I don't, whatever it
Yeah.
is. I had a foreman and I
Two
would put the girl I
two
was with
years
on the
ago,
phone. He would accept why I was late. That's a good one. I like that
two
one,
years
Steve.
ago, when I started my new job up at the village, they have like some weird policies. So like your first 6 months, you don't get any sick time. You have to earn your days. And like 4 months into me working there, or 3 months into me working there, I got really bad poison ivy on a job,
Uh-oh.
and I was in the hospital, like full blown, all systems failure, immune system shut down. I had a big fucking infection on the back of my neck. I was in the hospital, and as soon as I get out of the hospital, my wife goes in the hospital. She had to have a gallbladder taken out. She was in and out of the hospital for a week. I had no choice. I was literally sleeping in the waiting room in the emergency room waiting with her. And I'm like, babe, I gotta go. I'm like, if I don't go to work, I'm not gonna get paid. So like, I don't understand. There's like always a guy that has an excuse. There's always a guy that runs into negative time. You work for a municipality, you get your days up front January 1st. It's not like you earn, sick hours or vacation hours each paycheck, like in the trades. You get all your days fronted to you. I know guys, they're out of time by April.
The
Like,
hell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And a lot of that comes, guys
I
that are
don't get
listening
it.
that have kids, that have boys. Like, wake them up, make them go do things. During the summer times, I would go work on a cattle farm, and then I was hanging pipe. And when I had my boys, my oldest son, he knows when he's here that 5 a.m., 6 a.m. comes, we're going to the gym. If you're tired or not, I don't care. I'm gonna give you shit until you get up, put on the boots, and then let's go to the gym.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Just
my
create that
14 year
discipline to
olds.
do things that you don't want. Like, for example, I swim once a week. I go swimming. That is the last thing I want to do at 5 a.m. and I struggle with it every single week. Every week, I'm like, God, I don't want to do this. Yet I get in that cold pool.
Get that
Just do
shit
it.
done, kid.
I can't complain about work because I love it. So, but like that I hate. I hate it every week. Every week I swim.
I want to see you swim, kid. Can you swim?
Well, this week I thought I could, but this week there was some Ironman next to me, and I looked like a little turtle in the water, like a little bitty baby turtle. The guys were just laughing me.
Little bitty baby
It was
turtle.
terrible, dude. Terrible.
No, that's my
That's good.
nah.
That
My
was
my
good.
wife grew up. My wife grew up on the water. We have a canal in my backyard, so she'll
Water?
just jump right off the canal, off the bulkhead. She'll go in the canal. She'll swim up and down the canal. But in the town where I live in, we have a really nice rec center with a heated indoor pool. So she's like, that's her exercise. She doesn't have a gym membership. She just goes to the rec and she swims 4 days a week, either before or after work.
I bet her shoulders are jacked.
Good rotator cuffs right there.
Oh my god, that, and she has such stamina. Like we'll go for hikes and shit, and I'm like, I'm in pretty decent shape for being 6'1", 260, and I'm like, she's got short legs, so you would think longer legs, I can walk a little faster than her, and she's
Yeah.
like, she smokes me all the time. I'm
Do you
like,
wear the sombrero when you talk to your boy like that? About the gym in the morning?
Yeah.
That's the
Just
hat you
there.
wear? Like it's 4:50 in the morning, you put that hat on and you flip the lights on, you're like, get up, boy.
Yeah, Alexa, turn on the lights. Hey, boy, get up. Put your shoes on. We're
You
going
have
to the
Alexa
gym.
connected to the lights?
Yes, I hate it. Sarah put it, and then she has it on this thing
I
where,
don't like
like,
Alexa.
when the sun goes on and up and down, and they turn on and turn off. So I'll be sitting at the kitchen eating, and then all the lights go off. I hate it. She's got to have to switch it. I told her today to take it off or all the lamps are gonna be in the breezeway. I'm throwing them all out in the parking lot. I'm done.
I don't want. No, I don't like the Alexa. Like, dude, what happened to just like the good old days? You could just Google some shit. Now there's like a little device you could say, "Hey, fucking, can you Google this for me?"
Well, see, speaking of that, there was
But then
a.
that thing
No,
listening to you? That thing's listening to
Oh
you,
no,
kid.
it's listed in 24
All
hours.
of a sudden you piss off the wrong guy, like Mark Zuckerberg or fucking Elon Musk or something, and then boom, all your lights are out. Crazy.
There was a murder court case that they tried to subpoena the recordings through Amazon
Yep.
through that, and it was a big fight.
I
And
have a
they almost
30
won.
I have a 35-year-old yellow neck Amazon parrot that we originally got from a bookie who was keeping it in a condo, and the bird was yelling bookie terms. That's why he had to get rid of it. But he is not nice. My parents grew up yelling at each other, and it still picks up a lot of stuff that they said, and it swears. So Alexa would think if I have my windows open and the bird's in a good mood, you would think someone is like saying help, help, help. Like that's what the bird will do when I open his window. He'll be like he'll do the F word over and over and over, or he'll say help, or he'll say come here, like, and you're just in the front yard, and I've grown up with it 35 years. So when the bird's just saying, Mike, come here, Bobby, come here, hey, come here, and just like it kind of sounds like there's a kid like saying come here or help, but it's really just Cujo the parrot in the window. I'm like, shut up, bird. The neighbors are gonna think I got someone captive over here. Help.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. That's what my Alexa would hear.
Oh,
the bird in the background.
real quick.
F. Go ahead.
Real quick, because we were talking about. You said, "Oh, bring your tool bag on."
Oh shit. Sarah's in the chat.
I don't know if you guys know. Vito Pro Pack is running their spring promotion. Buy one bag, get a free bag.
Oh,
they have
yeah,
two tiers of bags. Go on their website, pick out a bag, and you're getting two different types of bags that you can pick from. I got myself a Vito MC book bag that I'm making into my service bag. That's going to come with the meter bag, and then I just bought one of the fire hydrant bags that I'm going to put in my work truck. That I'm going to keep all of my like go-to shit at the tailgate of my pickup truck, and that's going to come with their new drill bag. So
that's pretty cool. You sent me pictures of that, right? I'll post that in my story right after this. That bag is sick. That bag is sick, especially for someone that's got to go on with a little more than what you got in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's like it's the same amount of tools, but the way it's laid out, it takes up like a little bit more real estate, but it's a lot more easy to use. It's hard to explain. It's one of those things where I worked with a guy that had one of the first Vitos, and I'm like, I'm not spending $150 for a tool bag. And they've gotten more expensive over the last 20 years. And I finally bought myself a Vito. So
good for you.
And the good part is with the free bags, maybe, you know what? Maybe there's an apprentice that you're working with that maybe he's knocking it out of the park. He shows up to work on time. He always has a Sharpie and a tape measure.
I like the way you think.
You know what? Dude, you're fucking killing it. Here's a bag, and you know what? I'm going to throw you a new set of channel locks, maybe whatever you want to throw in there. Make the kid feel good.
That's something I did with Alex.
Because I had
hook up the
guys
apprentice
that were like that when I was coming up. It's the little things. The little things like that go a long way.
Yeah.
And whether
155,
it's from
Daryl. 155. Easy there, Sasquatch. Sarah says, "Don't mess with my Alexa, Bobby. Brian looks handsome with that hat." Grr. Sarah. Easy, Sarah. My gosh, lady. This is a children's show.
By the way, hey, letting everybody know, we're gonna be in Pennsylvania on Friday.
We are going to Exton, Pennsylvania. We're flying into Philly on Friday to go and tour General Air's facility and take videos and make some videos and show you guys. Stay tuned to the story. Event. The stories will be excellent that day. We'll make them into highlights, and we're gonna get a bunch of content and give you guys some good YouTube videos and just let you guys see. If you can't get there, anyone from the community who can't get there, we're gonna go there and we're gonna show you what it's like, so you can see. Maybe it's worth you taking the trip. Brian from Brokeback Mountain, Daryl says.
You gotta do better.
But better?
You just gotta do better.
You just gotta do better.
Brian, are you the big spoon or the little spoon?
I looked quick and thought Daryl said Brian looks good. Daryl wants to know how much I weigh so he can like fucking kidnap me or something. Chill out, Daryl.
If you see Bobby, I'm probably.
Oh,
with
he's
him.
gonna calculate how
Oh
much.
yeah, you're screwed, kid. Don't touch me. Stay
He's gonna
away.
calculate how much ketamine it's gonna take to put you to sleep.
Brian will hurt you. Brian will hurt you and other people that I'm with. You better stay away, Daryl. We'll be able to see your Sasquatch looking ass coming from a mile away. Oh, now Sarah's laughing. All right, man, that flew by. We're over an hour. That was a great episode. Listen, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. Whether you watch us live, you watch on the replay, we appreciate you. We're gonna get caught up on Spotify. We had a big push to get to 1,000. Now we're here. Brian's gonna handwrite every single description, right, Bri?
That's right.
I'm gonna help him. Listen.
No, I mean we're not gonna do it. I need to do it.
If you're looking for a job, a good job for long term, vvffire.com/be my best. There's a truck waiting for you. Where's the service guy?
If you have to get out of a situation that you're in that's toxic and you need to make a move and distance yourself, make that move. You're only gonna live once and it is super short. Get out of there.
You call up Chad, not our Chad at VVF Fire, or you go to vvffire.com/be my best. Hit him up. Let him know we sent you. It could be a great opportunity for you. Sal, really appreciate you coming on with the notes and everything, man. You organized. Great show. We could appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Anytime, guys. Always a pleasure hanging out with you guys, shooting the shit about tools, about the trades, and yeah. If you guys leave any comments on the YouTube YouTube comment section, if you have any water related questions, I'll jump on there and I'll answer them. And I need to get better at watching the show. I always forget the show's on Tuesdays. I would think it was Wednesdays, but I don't know why.
It used to be. It used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, Thursday. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. We used to say that all the time. We offer ad space. If you want to run an ad like VVF Fire's doing, please contact us on dopeandtape@gmail.com. We're here every Tuesday, every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you want to come on the show, hit me up on Instagram on a DM. I'll answer you immediately. You could also email us at dopeandtape@gmail.com for anything pertaining to the show. Brian and myself both have access to that email. I'll probably be the one responding, not going to lie. Or I'll at least I'll screenshot it.
Have you ever responded to an email?
No, I usually screenshot it and I say like, hey, you got to respond to this. Why are you ignoring these people? But that's it. Sarah, thank you for the little help at the end right there. Sarah says you got my special participation for hitting 1K. I seen a couple of your friends joining up. Anyone of Sarah's friends that just helped us over the edge at the end right there. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Daryl, make sure you email Bobby. He will answer. Don't email Brian. He won't answer. Thanks, Daryl. Appreciate you guys. Everybody, Dope and Tape out. Have a